When she gets up to the other side of the railing, so she's standing there on the other side of the brass, and Louisa, when she walks up to you, it's clearly her smell. It was not easy to get all of you into the same location. It was taking a lot of effort. You're all connected.
What?
Who
the hell are you?
Yeah.
This is the woman that's been assigned to watch over me and my husband while...
Did you notice the smell before?
I didn't notice the smell before. No, I don't.
I apologize. The woman who's been assigned to guard you and your husband is temporarily unavailable.
You're the woman.
It was necessary for me to use her form in order to communicate with you.
What the hell?
I've been following this police officer, Hale, in hopes that he would act as an instrument for my faction. But it has become much more complicated.
I reach for my guitar case.
Oh, you brought your guitar case?
I bring it
wow, it
everywhere
is
now.
so much more crowded at this table than I thought.
Yeah. I'm not opening it, but I'm just putting my hand close.
When you
to
said
it.
faction, Tony gets a little bit unnerved.
Yeah.
I believe you have already encountered the other side.
The other side of what? Like,
They are working with the Chinese. We need you to prevent them from succeeding before we do.
I'm going to give you a phone number. It's the number of the mental ward at the hospital. You can call it anytime, day or night. They will be able to help you with whatever you are experiencing.
Jesus Christ, Joseph! This is not the time for that.
What? Are we expected to believe this?
How do
we
you
supposed
know?
to believe
How do you know
this?
those men that kidnapped me?
I do not know them at all.
You do not.
They are simply tools of the opposition.
Okay.
What is this opposition?
Are we seriously entertaining this?
I don't know what
Well,
to make
if
I
this
don't know
person
what
has
to make
information,
I've
then I'd
encountered-
like it.
I've encountered this smell before.
It smells like
But-
urine.
Okay.
It smells like urine. You've
right.
experienced
No,
urine.
no. I've seen a bag lady
All right.
over and over again.
I just thought it was
Time-
Chicago.
And when I try and follow her, she disappears.
Time to use my specialty, urine. It's got chemical compounds in it. With my knowledge of biology, I want to see if I know of the exact chemical compound that provides the smell from urine, and see if there's any connection to that to the paranormal.
Ghosts. It's the
So
ghosts.
it's more of like, oh, look at that. There's like
That's
urine
just
smell.
ectoplasm.
Like,
That's
First of all, I do not
It's
need
related to the
I don't.
paranormal.
You don't need any
to
medical
rigor
knowledge of extreme value to know what uric acid is.
Okay.
The question, however, is: do you have like background in like paranormal occultism?
No, but it's something that I guess I can look up afterwards.
It doesn't take if anyone has any exposure to this kind of thing, like someone who comes from Sleepy Hollow who's a
I have
librarian,
45 in a cult.
it turns out
Yeah.
urine has been a tool of like all kinds of hedge magic for as long as it existed. Like in the 1600s, doctors recommended you drink a cup of your own urine every morning while it was still warm.
Did I ever experience this smell while I was living in Sleepy Hollow?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's weird.
Sleepy Hollow is like a nice suburb, right?
Yeah,
It's
like rich
it's a
people
tourist
live there.
trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich people live there.
Well, anyways, like back into the
Yeah.
scene.
It's very beautiful.
I think it's.
this time of year.
I don't know what we're dealing with here, but I don't think we can rule out the supernatural.
Listen, why do you smell like pee?
That is an unfortunate effect of manifesting here in your plane. We all have different inconveniences when we are here.
I suddenly feel very warm. This is weird.
Okay, so you're one faction working against another, and you said you need to stop them from succeeding before you do. What is it that both of these factions wish to succeed on? Or succeed with?
It is always the same. We seek to have more access.
I'm asking these questions not so you can get poetic with me, but so I can understand more. Access to what? to this plane?
Access.
Is there like a language barrier here?
Access.
No, like if you've got like a system that you want to get into and you can't get into it, right? You need to access that system. And so you somehow come up with some sort of plant or bug or.
She wants us to help her with the computer stuff?
No. Access to this plane, I assume.
I'm sorry.
Access.
This is all a bit too much for me.
You are the one that we did not trust.
If you...
The other had already tried to recruit you.
I go and grab
you
a bottle of...
for it.
What are you talking about?
The other.
What other?
Do you work for him?
I don't work for anybody. What are you talking about?
You work at the hospital.
The other. The one that uses the Chinese. He tried to reach you.
How did he try to reach me?
Did you have any other supernatural thing happen to you in your life?
How did he try to reach me?
You get the sense that it's really actually doesn't know what you're trying to ask. Like, it doesn't understand what you're trying to...
There's like some sort of conceptual barrier.
So what is it that you want from us?
Up here.
To stop the other one.
What does the other one
Is there
want?
more information about the other one?
The same
The
thing
same thing.
I do. Access.
Right, but
What will you do once you have this access?
Have more access.
What's in it for us?
You live.
And we won't
Is that
if the
is that a
other
threat?
succeeds?
Will you fucking threaten us?
No. Yes.
You can't.
You may continue. Maybe. You're kind. Different for everyone. Some continue, some do not.
so what do we need to do?
Stop the other.
How?
And then you get the sense that like they're, and then suddenly Laura is back, or Lisa is back, and is freaked out. Like she,
Louise.
like, what's happening? What?
Are you alright?
Yeah. Are you okay?
Stay calm. You've just had a mental episode. And I'll check her over.
She, like, who are you? Don't touch me. There's a.
I'm a
She
doctor.
steps back. She puts her hand on her.
I'm a doctor.
sidearm.
My name is Dr. Joseph Novak. I'm a doctor.
Hale? What's happening? What? Who is this?
Miss Franks, listen to me.
It's okay. You were having an episode.
You
You're
have-
telling the truth.
You have to stay calm. I'm a registered medical professional. I'm going to do a quick check on you to make sure there's no brain damage or anything of that sort. I need to do this. Afterwards, we'll get you to a hospital as soon as possible. All right? Just stay calm. And I'll, like, give her an examination.
All right. And while she gets on her radio and calls for backup.
Sure.
Because clearly something has gone very wrong.
She can call for backup. I'm going to call and ask for... well, no, it's going to be expensive if I call an ambulance. So we should drive her to the...
Call an Uber.
No.
I get on my phone and I call an Uber.
No.
You call Lyft.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, a Lyft, of course.
She's not letting you take her anywhere. She's an officer on duty. She's calling for backup. The other police that will come with her.
Does she let me check her over?
Yeah, because Hale is here and it seems like he trusts what you're doing.
Okay. So what do I find?
She seems agitated. She seems
Right.
stressed. She's a little bit... Her skin feels a little clammy and maybe a little sweaty.
Is there anything noticeably, like, does she have an increased pulse rate? Has she
Yes.
suffered from a concussion?
There's no sign of concussion that you can tell. Her pupils are a bit dilated, but that may just be from shock.
And she hasn't soiled herself. Can we still smell the urine?
No.
Okay.
We need to get to the hospital.
Why?
We need to see the historical brain scan of my son.
Miss Frank, listen to me. I can't force you to go anywhere, but I think it's imperative that you get yourself checked out medically as soon as possible.
I fully intend to.
Okay.
I
Yes,
can't-
let's go to the
I
hospital.
can't
then.
go anywhere until backup arrives.
Around every strange occurrence, his brain scans have activated around something supernatural.
Kyle,
We need to...
Kyle,
Oh my god.
let's go to the hospital.
I'm not allowed to leave, am I? I'm supposed to be here with her.
That's fine. We'll fill you
I mean,
in.
she's coming. She's going to the hospital.
No, I'm not. I can't go anywhere until someone comes to relieve me. I am going to get medically checked, but not until someone comes to relieve me. I have a duty to protect Mr. August and his husband.
Do we believe she's telling the truth?
Oh yeah. This is very typical. Like, she basically can't leave her duty station.
Yeah, sure.
But she can't go with you because she feels like she's been medically compromised. So she needs to have someone come and back her up.
Okay. Yeah, so she's like sitting down and like I'll get her some water from the bar.
Just gonna steal water?
Yes.
Hale's an old man.
I also fill a glass of
He's
whiskey
got
and
that
fucking
thing, like,
counter. Like,
He's got that cop thing when he knows how bars work. He doesn't even go around. He just reaches over.
Steal
and, like,
water
grabs
is
a
a interesting way to put anything in America.
I know, right?
Yeah, right.
Look, I suggest we all adjourn for now and meet back up at the hospital.
We
Yeah.
can't just go
When?
to the hospispital right now.
Yeah, we should leave now.
You,
Yes.
you can't
Oh,
go anywhere
yeah,
until
okay.
backup arrives to make sure that
But-
you're safe. It'll be only 10 or 15 minutes.
So we
I feel like I should go with them.
It will be only 10 or 15 minutes. I can't let you go alone.
Then let's-
Your life is in danger.
Then let's wait.
Well,
Yeah,
I
we'll
wouldn't
wait.
be going
Wait,
alone.
wait.
We'll
and,
wait.
And while we wait, we can discuss that pretty strange occurrence
What
that happened.
just happened?
That was really weird. Now, okay, so you were doing a voice. Now, within the context of the game, was it like different from
Her actual voice?
Her actual voice.
Oh, very much
Sounded
so.
like it
Okay,
was,
so
yeah.
it was like her mouth was moving.
It was
and a different
supposed to
voice
be
was coming
very
out.
distant, very quiet, very difficult to grasp.
So-
As if you had a bad connection on...
So when she snaps back, we immediately realize, oh wow, that was
Yeah, you
something.
can see that she physically looks like she's back to herself as
Right.
opposed to like someone operating a body with not
Wow.
very good controls. Bad drone operation, as it were. Like,
Well-
oh, I can't move these things.
Drones.
Oh, and another thing to collaborate the teleportation theory is you have the drone recording video stuff, so we could definitely see that. Like, yeah, she didn't walk in.
Yeah.
So, you probably definitely did teleport.
So what?
Probably,
Yeah,
definitely.
There's no video evidence of you walking in.
So what just happened?
I don't even know anymore.
I don't know. Do we
Yeah.
have a group mental
And
episode?
who's this others that
Look,
they keep talking about?
There are stories of group hallucinations. They usually happen in like high stress situations and in wartime. But
Okay, so I'm gonna
Mhm.
decide to fill. Well, should we fill them? I'm gonna text. Oh, I
you're
don't
the only
remember.
one who's actually
I've
had
told
a
them.
first-hand teleportation instance in your life, because since Kyle is pushing this teleportation thing so much, you do remember that the whole reason you're even on leave and everything is because of like this whole weird teleportation thing in your prison.
Yeah. Okay.
It's true.
And you do tell them that.
Yeah. Okay. I decided to tell you is every like weird. This isn't the first weird teleportation event that I've had.
What?
And
Really?
I
explain
feel like I'm getting
all
pranked
that.
here.
I feel the same way.
Except if
Yeah,
you
except
do
for your
tell
house
the whole
got shot.
story,
That's not a prank.
the doctor will recognize the name of the patient that you described.
Oh, okay.
You tell the whole story?
I mean, oh, do I have to give out? I guess I
Wait,
don't give out names.
name of
in
which patient?
specific.
The
The
Hispanic
dead-
kid that he was operating on.
Yeah.
Unless they
Will
ask.
she knew the
I'm
name
not
of
gonna
the
give...
kid that replaced?
No, she would describe him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, even by description, that would probably tip you off.
Yeah.
Maybe, would it?
Yeah, probably because you had some exposure to the incident.
I
Okay.
mean,
So-
sure. This is weird. I'll tell the whole story just because it's a weird situation, and that I want to know what everybody else knows.
It's happening.
Which
again.
will also allow you to put it together that those bodies
Mhm.
are the bodies that you described are the
Yeah.
bodies in your morgue right now.
Oh.
Joseph, did something else try to contact you before?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
were
what was she
asking
talking
something
about?
about that.
It was back when I was in the war. My squad, I was the medic for them, and a sandstorm hit us out of nowhere. We were going to the evac point, and then suddenly the entirety of them, except for me, just disappeared. Gone. Haven't found them since. They discharged me for it.
Did you see something in the sandstorm? I'm gonna put on the psychology hat and try and
What's
get him
your
to open up.
relationship with your father?
It's okay. You're
Was your father a sandstorm?
You're in a trusted
Your
spot
father-
here. No
Don't
judge
try to
zone.
psychoanalyze me, Kyle.
I'll get you one day.
You'll leave.
This courtship is so.
Kind of
God.
a lover's quarrel, right?
No, the question really is: Do you ever tell that you saw something?
Yeah, so I think for a second I go, I think I did. But I couldn't be sure what it was. It was like some sort of shadowy horror, some sort of indescribable shape. I couldn't tell through the storm.
It's not a very good recruitment now, is it?
You got a much better look at it in the ER a week ago.
Oh, that's right, it was the same thing.
You've seen some fucked up shit.
I think whatever that thing was, it might have been telling the truth. I saw a similar thing in the ER a few weeks ago. It was hovering over a dead kid's body, right? Remember that? Okay.
Yes, because you decided you didn't want to have his heart in your hand.
Yeah. I had lost the patient, and then it was just there.
What did it look like?
I can't remember. I asked for the camera feeds, but I wasn't allowed access to them.
Was it like a shadow?
It was like a blank space in my perception. You know that feeling you have when you're in your house at night alone and all the lights are off and it's dark and you think you see something just out of the corner of your eye and you turn quickly and then there's nothing there at all.
I've experienced that myself
It was
recently.
it was a bullet. It was a bunch of bullets.
You. The one thing that does stick in your mind is this weird, distended, shadowy face part of it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh,
That's part
yeah.
you do
I'm
know.
sorry I'm forgetting all the details.
Yeah, no, that part is you do remember.
But there was a face. A long, stretched out face.
I've seen that face.
What were you talking about?
Do I know any fictional stories about long, stretched out faces?
I've seen it in the corner.
A lot, but they're mostly from creepypasta.
Oh,
I've seen it
I don't
out of
read
the corner of my
creepypastas from the
eye.
library.
In dreams recently, and after taking down the last assailant that was after Robbie, it appeared in front of me, floating towards me and then disappearing.
Okay, these coincidences.
And I did not.
The coincidences here are too.
Didn't think that was real, but
They're too vast to deny what's going on. Either we're all sharing some sort of similar psychotic episode.
No,
Wait.
definitely not an episode.
so if it tried to if the other tried to contact you, then can we assume that figure is the other?
Could be.
And then so that was not this.
So you're
So
saying
this would be
there
the
could
bag lady.
So
the bag lady.
Yeah, the one I keep seeing.
So
with
that-
with the overpowering stench of urine, I would connect that with.
you guys
this.
got like a bottomless pit of different stories.
They were fighting over
It's
you.
weird.
How is this all?
Now,
Maybe
They were fighting
Miles.
over you.
Your drone feed shows 3
They
black
did?
SUVs pulling up in front of the.
Yo, we have a problem.
Let's
that-
move along.
Is that the police?
There are 3 identical black SUVs that have just pulled up in front of the hotel.
Is
The
that
Chinese.
Those are the guys.
That's
who
the
kidnapped-
Chinese.
Oh, it is.
We gotta go.
We need to leave.
Yeah,
Right,
that would
is
ring
it
a bell
back-
for you.
Yeah,
Back
Yeah,
exactly.
let's get
Okay.
out of here.
Back entrance.
Kidnappers.
Room. Restaurant. Where should we go?
Grab a bottle of
garage?
whiskey
Louisa, you
from
should
the
get a look
bar.
at this. Louisa,
Okay.
Louisa, they've got a feed about. They say something weird's going on. Are these the men who shot my house?
Are there like
We don't. I don't know what I'm looking at.
We have to move.
look at those three SUVs that
Okay.
they pulled up.
Yeah. Okay. Move.
All right,
Move.
let's,
Move.
let's
Yeah.
grab my.
Wait, do you see
We're going out
Good
to
talking.
Yeah, yeah, three. Yes,
Okay.
This is a
yeah.
combat
Are
operation
there
now.
like
The side or
buff
back
Chinese
entrance?
men spilling out of
They
them?
are now. So
We need
it's
to-
gonna
we're
be
not spilling
just
out.
run.
Just
It's
run.
basically
You guys were
of
an hour
the,
early.
of the
So
back, the first one and the third one, 3 Chinese fellows come out of those vehicles and they both walk towards the one in the middle and open the door in the back, and an older Chinese fellow comes out.
Oh, that's the most dangerous one.
All right. We have but a moment. Do we stick around to talk to this
No.
Chinese person? Perhaps the other.
Run.
No.
not when they're
We're
back
running.
packing all those acquaintances.
That's right.
Let's get out of here.
They kidnapped Robbie.
Yeah.
They kidnap us. We gotta go. Back entrance. Let's go.
They start running, and
Yeah,
I
we
see
start
that, and
Come
Tony,
on.
Tony and Jean run with them
Yeah.
because, like,
Louisa,
what about-
like
What do we do with Louisa?
she
can follow if she
she's
wants.
a little bit like she hesitates for a moment and she starts running after.
You should come
Nice.
with us.
Yeah. Please,
Move.
please, red shirt, come with us.
Move, people, move.
Okay.
Where are you running to?
The back entrance or the back exit.
Yeah, I guess like out through the kitchens into the loading dock. or
Yeah.
something.
All right.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
now who
Yeah,
who has transportation? I don't remember how. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
would.
yeah.
How did I get
Oh.
Do I have a
here?
car? I would have driven here.
No,
No, I'm driving a
it's
rental.
unlikely. Basically,
Shit.
you're
I was brought here by the police.
no one can park on Michigan Avenue.
Yeah.
They did. Apparently.
Like, all right,
No, they're not
three
on Michigan.
three can ride with me. I've got a rental a block away.
We need to get into a crowd as soon as possible. Split up. Meet back.
I
Split
don't.
up.
We shouldn't be on foot.
How did I know we were here?
I don't know.
Who are they?
The Chinese.
Okay.
They might be able to track that,
You look at
whatever
the
that
other-
was.
What's
At
wrong-
this point,
what's wrong
you,
with Chinese
you see
people?
that the older
There's nothing
fellow
wrong with Chinese people.
is joined by
Don't have.
a younger, more intense-looking person that like is carrying what looks like a heavy briefcase,
Mhm.
and the two of them are being escorted into the hotel right
Okay.
now. Like they're
So-
walking up to
So I'm a
the-
vigilante. I spend my nighttime ducking in through alleyways.
Yeah.
Do I know this? I've probably known this area pretty well. I know some alleyways we can duck in. I can bring two people with me for the alleyways. 3 will slow me down.
Tony and I.
Oh shit! There's
There's a lot.
There's
of
a
us.
lot more of us.
Yeah. they're-
So you
Uh,
two,
okay.
and I'll
Jean
get
and
take the other
do
3.
not look like the kind of people who are like
Sneaky?
nighttime vigilante. kind of
No.
guys.
No, you guys go in the car.
Someone
You guys
to
go in the
protect
car.
the civilians. Yeah.
I need who's fast on the feet.
Look, you two and Lisa go in the car. She can't leave you anyway. We'll follow Kyle.
But
Yeah.
she's not gonna go with us. She's gonna take us somewhere else.
Lisa.
Louisa,
Louisa. Are you gonna... What are you doing?
I have to stay with them.
Then stay
Okay,
with
go.
them. Go in the car.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
three
Us
go in
3.
the car.
Let's go.
Okay,
Us 3.
yeah, that's
Okay.
fair. She'll go with you.
Yeah.
do
So go with me.
Have to do 4. All right. We go. I show them to the alley.
You only have to do...
Oh.
Yeah, you only have to do 3, yeah.
3.
Well, you all end
It'll
up
slow you
hopping into the
down.
alley.
What's that?
But
All right. Well.
before we disperse, we need to think
Did
of a
any of you
meeting.
break a car?
Why don't we all just
I
go
don't
to the
know.
hospital?
I was
Quick,
brought here by the police.
You showed me this. You showed me this. QR codes for sneak.
QR?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I make sure that everybody has sneak
Oh
installed.
yeah.
Wait, what's going on with my phone?
Or no.
Oh,
Listen,
we're
I'm gonna do a
installing
thing.
the chat app.
This will let us talk without them intercepting here.
Okay.
Why don't we all
Okay.
go to the hospital?
They'll
That's
know
what-
that. We need a place where we haven't been before and where we haven't paid for something.
All right.
The 25 seconds.
I'll let
that
you
you're
guys
in
know
the
later.
alley
Okay.
feels like an eternity.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
All right.
Go
Kids
in.
these days. with
Figure it
their
out later
apps.
to the chat.
Yeah,
Run.
we got- all right.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
As I'm huffing and puffing after Dr. Cordivall, I bring the drone around to basically have an eye pointing backwards.
All right.
Get that thing. They can follow us with that thing.
Shit. All right. I'll use it as a decoy.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, send it opposite direction.
Yeah. So I'll let it hover there until they come out,
Okay.
and then
Yeah,
as soon
just-
as it comes out, I'll just lead it off the other direction,
Wait, you mean like in the alley?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
assuming that they come out after.
Sure,
If they
sure.
don't, then good.
You gotta have it going like a little bit in a direction ahead of time before they get out there, so they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not like, oh, it was waiting for us
Yeah.
Okay.
to distract us.
So that is my plan.
Okay.
Awesome.
So you are with Kyle
Yeah.
and Robbie,
Yeah. So specifically, it's
and
the
it's-
doctor.
I'm leading Miles, Robbie, and Joseph through the alleyways with
Alright.
my vigilante knowledge. And
Your vigilante knowledge reveals that alleys in Chicago are kind of gross.
well, you know, being a vigilante is kind of gross too.
Sure.
The whole time, I think we should be discussing on Sneak where we're meeting. And I think...
I mean, we're like booking it. Like, I don't think we have a whole lot of time to.
Well, there's pauses when we like have to like look around or like.
We can think
Yeah.
of a
So
place.
I'm racking my brains.
The
to
most
try to-
interesting
Novak,
thing about
Novak, you
running
said
through
we should get
alleys
into
is that
a.
the hospital.
every time you pop out of an alley, like into a street when you have to cross the street, you're basically a block away from Michigan
Do you
Avenue.
have safe
So like you pop
houses?
out of one alley and like you're immediately
You
like
should
next to a
say
TGI
that.
Fridays.
I will later. Once we're like, I'm not gonna try and drag
I
out this
love that
conversation.
TGI Fridays.
Okay.
We need to catch...
Blocks from my
Are
parents'
there...
house.
There are probably... Are there subways in Chicago?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we need to go into the subway tunnels.
That's a good idea. You got.
Okay.
You're learning to be a vigilante yourself, there, Joseph.
No.
Are we gonna lose?
What do
cell
I
phone
think
connection in
of using the subway tunnel? It seems restricted as far as entrances and exits.
So
We should get on a city bus. Those are easier to get off of.
So
Sure.
Chicago has an extensive subway system. In fact, Chicago has Morlocks, which you guys don't have here in Seattle. Like over 50% of our entire homeless population lives underground. So like we have
multiple.
extensive underground tunnels.
More red
everywhere.
cards.
So-
It'd be a maze down there as soon as we hit it. We can ride the trains, they'll lose track of us.
We have a
Even
crazy
add
public
track of us in the
transportation.
first
somewhere.
place. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like looking back to James as was running, like, have they caught us at all? Like
It doesn't look like anyone's following you.
Okay,
But you're like 3 blocks away in the alley now. You've been running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need to keep moving.
Your drone doesn't show that anyone's come out of the hotel.
Yeah, can you access
Weird.
the?
It could just be that.
I'll ask later.
It could just be
Yes.
an older Asian gentleman with, just
We're
a lot of help.
We're just the biggest
Just
paranoid.
a lot of help.
Going
Paranoid
to check
racist.
in.
A big family.
I mean, it's not really.
Turns out they're
racist.
Koreans, but you can't tell them apart, so you just like
That would
anyway.
be racist.
No.
Are you sure that that's not the backup that they called for?
Okay.
The
Those
police?
are definitely not police.
Louisa didn't seem to.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
never mind.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
she called for other cops.
Okay.
I assume
Maybe in
this
uniform.
this Aaron's discussions are happening on sneak, especially since what is it? Gene is comfortable in a car. He can
Yes.
pull out his
And
phone.
Miles is young enough to know how to run and text at
Yeah,
the same time.
yeah.
So I think.
So I would have like safe houses / drop locations around the city, being a vigilante
Do you?
who's very weapon crazy.
All right,
yeah.
Sure. That seems reasonable.
I will tell them of one that is underground
Nice.
because because
Is,
Joseph suggested going underground, and I'm like, that's a fine idea.
is it in one of those like abandoned like
Go here.
subway holes where they have like little maintenance areas that have
Yeah,
been abandoned?
yeah.
Sweet.
There are lots of those.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, I think we should all meet back there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, so you're meeting at
We're-
an underground.
Yeah,
one of
we
the
are going to
Eagles?
drive Louisa to the station. Where would you like to get dropped off? You've got backup coming there, but would you like to stay around the area of the Intercontinental?
I can't. We need to have backup to watch over the Augusts.
But he's a police officer too. So
Yes.
I mean,
He is on paid administrative leave.
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that he couldn't be backup.
No, I understand.
No, that's exactly what that means. He can't be backup for anyone.
I mean,
he could be a
he would-
criminal.
like,
No disrespect.
I mean, he's probably got a gun on him. He's probably got a gun on him.
I'm an off-duty cop. I have a permit. And everything.
He's having a gun. This is not
Yeah.
how this works, sir. You can't just have a
He's got a
person
gun, he
who
doesn't
has
have
a
a
gun
You got a gun,
take
it's
over
fine.
for the police. Like
Ooh.
this isn't the Wild
Yeah.
West. We can't just like hand him a star and says, "Hey, you're now a deputy."
I say him a gun. He's pretty fine. I say it's for the best.
We don't know
It
if
works
he's
out. It works
compromised.
out for the best.
Look, we have a job to do. We can't just leave you.
So I should drop you 3 somewhere safe nearby. Where would you like me to drop you off?
Well,
I
mean,
do not want to go back to the hotel. That was some scary.
Well, if you're
nonsense
dropping
going
anyone off, you should drop us off at the precinct.
Okay, I'll do that.
You hear all of this, like he's just about to jettison you and your husband along with
You,
Louisa.
you send us to the precinct?
I mean, you were
Okay.
under police watch for.
But I mean, are you guys gonna come back from us? We were supposed to.
I'll-
we were supposed to be at the
I'll-
hotel because. Okay.
I text you while I'm driving. Ask them on sneak.
Like, if you take me to the precinct, are you gonna just leave me then? And bring? Are you gonna come back for me?
So
It seems like you have a part in this.
Why don't you just...
We're in this together, Gene.
But I was told to stay
I can't
put.
just go against the cops.
Gene, look, if we're talking about getting
with
rid
a
of
cop
Louisa,
in my vehicle
Isn't-
as a cop.
isn't this assistance she's giving you voluntary? Why can't you just tell her to leave?
We need to get rid of her.
Kyle, chill.
I don't.
Ice emoticon.
This is the only
do I
language
know-
he
Ice, snowflake,
understands.
ice.
Am I well versed enough in the law to know that this is voluntary or not?
No.
Okay.
It should be a right you can refuse.
He's in our conversation. He's the law.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah, but
this
he's
voluntary or not?
Hale,
You don't know
don't
if
text
it
while
is,
driving.
because it depends
I
on
don't
like,
know.
whether or not.
Yeah.
I don't
if
know
you-
what kind of like suspicion they have about it.
Yeah, because depending on what it is, it could be that they're in protective custody of some sort. In which case, they don't have a choice. Like the police are going to keep them because they're material witnesses to something bigger and more important.
Yeah.
All right, so we find ourselves in the car where Tony is about to cap the police officer.
No.
No.
I wasn't going to do that at all.
All right. Well,
Fuck.
Good try though.
Didn't-
Good try.
Didn't even. Well, it did go through my mind, but didn't act on
Something's
that.
about to go through
Didn't
her
act on
mind.
that emotion.
Nope, that,
I know-
that's
you know
right.
what
Tony
we do to-
becomes Will's character.
A lot of
just
emotions I
like
don't
that.
You know what
Um,
we do to cop killers in this town? Know them, raise them, be them.
Yeah, elect the mayor.
What?
Whoa.
all right.
Sorry, that went.
That was too real.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna pull up the app, sneak,
Is that
and
end?
Man,
Too soon. We're gonna be.
Hail.
Rob Emanuel's
Or
gonna like say something.
if I can call you Andrew or Andy.
Hale.
Hale.
It's really too bad your partner's name wasn't Hardy.
Yeah. What was it? Hale and
You
Hart?
got a pun too?
I think we
Ooh.
made that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. It may be Hardy.
Oh, great.
Not sure.
Okay.
You know Louisa. How this is hard to ask. How accepting is she of gifts? Wink emoji.
Oh.
What do I know about Louisa?
She loves cookies.
She loves cookies. If you just bake her some cookies.
Do whatever you want.
Do
Anything for a
whatever.
handful of granola.
Yeah.
You do not know anything about whether or not you have not heard anything about Louisa being particularly susceptible to being bribed.
Louisa,
Nuts.
am I under arrest?
No.
So that would mean I'm free to go.
Yes.
Then we should just. I want to go with these guys.
That's okay.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
wow. You kind of changed your mind a little bit. You wanted to stay with me.
I'll be there too.
Oh, okay. She can stay with us, right?
Sure.
Yeah, we're not doing anything.
Sir,
She's gonna kill us all later, but sure.
They're gonna tell us. They've got a lot of stories
Well,
to catch you up on.
We do need a way to speak to this potential benefactor. And she'll just be that
Yeah,
mouthpiece.
Probably.
Louisa, what do you know about what is it? Teleportation. What do you know about
Yeah, wait.
teleportation?
I watched some Star Trek.
Star Trek. How did that work? The atoms. Dude, SpaceX is gotta be behind this. They're the best and the brightest.
Oh, do you ever read that article about? I think there was some San Diego Comic-Con panel about how like when they teleport you, if the person is actually still the same person.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Miles.
I don't go.
You're
To
starting to get a sense that Louisa might be a little bit more nerdy than you thought she was when she was assigned to you. This whole teleportation thing seems like has reinvigorated her.
Gonna make the audience like her right before she's killed off. Luisa's coming with us.
Well, who arrives at the safe house first? Is it
It really depends
Alley
because
group or car
Hale
group?
has to ditch the car somewhere. Is this actually your car?
It's my rental.
Oh, it's a rental. Okay, so it's-
Well, what?
Wait, you would have.
No,
your
I
car
just have a
probably.
car.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's my car.
Okay, so you can't just drive
It's your
it into
car.
the
It's my
river.
rental police car.
You rent it out to others.
It is my car.
By the way, in case it comes up, police cars don't belong to the people. That
Oh,
drive
yeah,
them,
of
so
course. they're
Like, you
assigned
just
to you.
If you smash one up, it's not like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just on a bicycle now. It's like we have other
Yeah,
cars.
and if you crash one, you may or may not get to drive in the
Yeah,
next
it's like
The police force is
we're on
just
skateboards now because we smashed.
It's just
my
like
car.
Grand
You weren't in
Theft Auto,
control
you
of the
just get
vehicle
another
when it
one.
crashed.
Yeah,
You put in
but
the
I don't
cheat
know
codes.
how I would explain
get
my
in.
way out of that. I think they think I was in the vehicle when it crashed
Anyway,
or something.
Hit your head really
Um,
hard.
Immediately.
So,
After.
we're gonna take her to the precinct.
No, she's coming with
No,
us.
she's
She's with
coming.
us. She's coming.
Oh, she's just gonna join the
yeah,
party.
Yeah. That's an extra life, you know. We just have her die instead of one of us.
yeah,
Because
so like County.
she would not abandon her post of keeping an eye on the Augusts.
Okay, I feel better with
She's-
you watching over these guys
She's doing
because I don't know what
she's doing
exactly is
her
going on
job.
with
She's a
them.
good kid. She's a good kid.
She feels a lot better after that moment. Like she was a little shaken for a moment there, but she feels like she's back to full
Okay.
form.
She's
Cool.
got the
So,
Stockholm.
I
Should-
will
Should we bring her onto the?
Do you guys
should we
trust
bring
her?
on a sneak?
on sneak.
No.
Do you guys all trust her?
Well, I mean, you're the one that actually knows her.
She
We bring her on sneak, Hale?
She is just a cop.
she's just
She is a regular cop.
I'm gonna say-
Nothing weird or strange.
I'm gonna
about
say
her.
let's not.
Okay.
Yeah, because then we can't talk.
Yeah, we
shit
gotta have
about
some way to
her.
talk without the DM over here.
Okay.
talk shit.
Well, until
Spoiler alert.
Does Robbie-
Sneak is
Robbie,
actually
like,
a real
sends that
app that
back?
We've been texting this
I'll-
whole time.
Anyway.
I'll look into what
So
was
rude.
going on at the hotel. You might want to as well, but I don't want to take you away from your shift.
It's actually my job. Like I can't really. By the way, Hale, you're pretty sure that one of the number one issues that's at stake here is that she's on duty. She's got all her stuff with her. If she comes with you, the police will be able to find her.
Yes, that's a good point. Like I'm sorry, but they're not gonna need your protection from here on out.
That's not your
They're
call.
good-
Hale.
Wait, you
It's
said-
their
know that.
call. It's their call.
It's not their call. You know that.
Well, I don't actually. What sort of
mommy and daddy are fighting.
what sort of protection are they under exactly?
Anthony,
This
keep.
their house is shot up. This is a organized crime issue now.
Organized crime. Just hearing the word organized crime.
Basically, it's a federal level issue. The FBI might at some point be involved. The main thing is that she cannot let them like potentially flee the jurisdiction. It is for their protection, but she also had an obligation to make sure that they don't escape.
Well, we're not going out of Chicago.
Yeah, you know,
I don't know how
everyone
I'm
who leaves custody says that when they're leaving. Turns out that doesn't always turn out to be the case.
Can I?
Yeah, I don't know how I can actually communicate on Slack or Sneak since I'm driving, but
Just, when they're out of red light.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
okay,
possible for
so
me
you
to-
as a cop should be proficient in use of driving and using a computer at the same
It's true.
time because
Yep.
your cop
That is
cruisers
part of the deal.
have
Just
to
drive
shoot.
with your knees.
Listen, can I like get into their systems and disable her tracking device?
That's what I was going to ask. See if you could do that.
like
Yeah.
presumably the cops have more hardened systems.
Yeah,
than
you
just...
probably could. Why don't we get into a roll and see how far you can get?
Serious?
Fuck cops, pancakes.
21 under 99 is not a crit.
Okay,
Oh,
you
that's
believe
pretty
you
good
have been
there.
successful in preventing her from being GPS by the system.
Oh, that's never a good phrasing. to come
That's
from
a
the
great
GM.
idea.
You
Yeah.
believe you've been successful.
Beep beep boop. It should be fine. Bring it with.
That's how it should always be phrased.
I've taken care of things.
Excellent.
Your
Let's go
computer
to the safe
genius
house.
has given you the thumbs up. Thumbs up, smiley face, eggplant, snowflake, thumbs up.
Nice.
What a genius.
Is this what all that stuff at school's been about?
Is this what they call lead speak?
You've been
Let's
working with.
go.
Is this all
Let's go.
been like a police
Man.
work task force?
Don't worry about that.
All right, to the safe house,
Okay.
so we can get the hell back together.
I just got a lot of questions.
Instead of this arbitrary split up. Let's
Yep.
go.
Okay. Cool. We meet at the safe house.
We brought our supernatural puppet with us.
Yeah.
Let's say Hale gets there first because we don't know how to get in.
What does a safe house look like?
It's
That's a
abandoned maintenance
Yeah,
area.
so we just have to
in
lift the little
subways.
grate.
The question is it hidden primarily just because it's just one of like thousands of these places in the tunnels, or do you have it like padlocked or?
Yeah, we'll say it's padlocked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
So we'll make it so that it's not weirdly awkward where the four of you are just waiting around outside until he comes to let you in. You're just standing in a train tunnel, and now a train comes by, and all the people are like, "Mommy, there's some people standing over there in the train track." No, Bobby, you're just hallucinating.
You ain't seen nothing.
It's like,
So wait, this is actually down in the subway.
It's
Okay.
it's actually even further than that. So Chicago is a super crazy city. One of the things is, first of all, it's ancient, right? So it was built like one of the first cities in America. Chicago sits on one of the deepest pieces of granite bedrock in North America, which is why we can build infinitely tall buildings. And our L system is both ancient and rickety. My friend Andrew was an electrical engineer, and he got a job with GE upon graduating. One of the first things he discovered is that the electrical grid in Chicago is so old that all the maps that show where the relays are burned and destroyed, and the only way they can repair it is when one blows, and then they find out where the failure happened and go and look for it to replace it.
Jeez.
Wow.
And basically Chicago, because of the Great Chicago Fire, there are basically tunnels and infrastructure in Chicago that has just been lost to memory, and people are just randomly finding all the time whenever something goes wrong.
The perfect
That's
place
crazy.
for Cthulhu mythos to take hold.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
like
Why didn't we know
like
this in the very
Secret forgotten architecture.
this
Yeah.
is like when they show you the hedge maze at the beginning of The Shining.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
We're gonna end
The
up that
fire
way.
was
Oh,
to
they
take
got
down
some,
the Cthulhu.
They got some really nice landscape in there.
Okay, so
cult
we just
that was
like
taking hold.
go down some random staircase into the basement of a building, and then that's got like this door that opens onto like, oh, it's like an abandoned sewer pipe, and then that leads us to
Yeah.
This has me super nervous because
Also,
I recall my drone before we.
Okay. Also, by the way, because of the nature of how the tunnels in Chicago work, as you're going to wherever his safe house is, you do notice that it is very clear that there are hundreds, maybe thousands of homeless people that live down here, because you're constantly passing like packs and like scribbled things on walls and stuff like that. You get the sense that there's an entire city worth of community people that actually live down here and have some kind of interactions going on.
Jeez.
Oh, looks like you won't have any trouble finding your bag, lady.
This is why I was so excited you were going to Chicago, because there's a lot of this cool stuff that you could actually go see there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys all get down there. So here's the other thing. Your safe house. It's up to you. Is it a big space, a small space? Is it like all
It's
decked
just
out
like
with
a
like?
storage spot. Like
Okay.
if I needed to go and pick up a weapon that I didn't.
Oh,
want
so
to have
basically
on
it's
me.
super crowded when all 8 of you get in there.
So yeah, can 8 people fit in there?
Standing room only.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tony,
But-
Tony, pretty big.
Yeah,
This
but there
isn't-
there aren't places to sit. It's like a
Okay.
room. Maybe
So-
smaller than this. Like
Okay. I was thinking
let's
more
say
like
like
a
half
large
the size
one.
of this.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
can
yeah,
stand
yeah.
around
Oh, yeah,
without
yeah.
being
This
like
makes sense.
shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's like like a walk-in closet or something.
Okay, gotcha.
Like that.
Is it set up like with a bed and like
Sure, it'll have
Cliff
like
bars
a
and
cot.
stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Joseph's about to ask why the heck Hale has one of these places, and then sees Luis is still there and thinks better of it.
Oh yeah, Joseph, you don't have one of these?
No.
Miles immediately sits down on the floor and like unfolds a little antenna and gets on his laptop. And who knows what he's doing?
Luisa is making the. Why does Hale have one of these fake spots? Like, it's like she's not saying anything because it's a little sketchy, but it definitely falls into the whole like rumors about Hale going around the precinct type of thing.
I turned to Miles.
Doesn't everyone have one of these? This is just good practice.
I turn to Miles and say, "Can you get reception down here?"
Can he?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Do you need to?
Yeah, I got Wi-Fi in here. No.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you have very spotty, inconsistent reception.
Yeah, it's shit, but
You feel like you're just lucky because it turns out there's a lot of metal piping that might be getting you some access, but yeah, you're definitely like multiple stories below ground.
So we're all
I said I had a little like antenna thing.
That might help, but
I don't know. Probably not that much.
all right. So we've I guess we've been brought into a sort of battle between two extraplanar beings. The urine lady and the other
All right.
who has a long face.
Oh, are you sure we want Luisa here for this? conversation, I say interrupting what you're trying to say.
Oh,
Unless you just want to integrate her into the group.
Look,
Yeah, like for real.
I don't know. Like,
Let's-
what are we supposed to do? Like talking.
You can tell from her
code?
body language that she's not really in the group. Like she immediately like goes off and leans against a wall and kind of like keeps her.
let's talk facts for a second. There were a couple of coincidences that just happened to all of us. They're too crazy to ignore. First of all, Robbie appears out of nowhere at a location where all 6 of us happen to be meeting. Well, where 4 of us were telling to meeting,
7.
and then thanks. Where all 4 of us happen to be meeting, and then somehow coincidentally, both Robbie and Gene and Tony, right? Gene and Tony,
Tony.
okay, ended up with us. And at that same time, we had something, I don't know what, speak to us through Louisa. And then the Chinese that entity mentioned just a moment before showed up at the same place. Now that's far too coincidental to be completely random. So something is going on. For some reason, somebody has targeted us.
Sitting down on the floor, I do some research on this long face creature. Can I find anything?
There's tons of references to
Creepypasta.
like things like that. But they're super generic, right? Like basically the idea of like stretched out face entities being seen in the shadows is a ubiquitous theme in like horror and mythology. Everywhere.
Internet is the worst. I
Slender
hate
Man,
it.
baby.
So here's an interesting thing to think about. Just because whoever that thing was talked to us doesn't necessarily mean that that's the one that we want to be working with.
No, I understand that completely.
You
But we
know?
don't know anything right now. I think the first question to ask is why we were targeted. What's unique among all of us? Why are we special?
I had a hand in creating spray. There, I said it.
Okay,
You said that in front of 2 police officers.
that's another thing. That's another
Oh
thing.
my
This is super
God.
cool information for a lot of you all of a sudden.
Oh
Because,
my
like,
God.
you-
What?
Let me clarify. At the company I worked for, what was it, Alternate Solutions? Altered Solutions. I was working on a drug that would hopefully cure Alzheimer's. The preliminary tests went well. We tried it on mice, and everything seemed to work. We went on to human trials, and that's where things went wrong. And the drug was shelved. I later found out, after my son had taken spray, that I analyzed his blood to figure out what was really wrong with him, and I found contents of spray matching the drug that I made. I returned to my company and saw that the goods that my research was stolen. I am responsible for this blight on the city.
But
And thus
you,
I am
but you have no
responsible for the
handle
cure.
in its
Here you go.
distribution.
Oh no, but I have been. No.
Are you still carrying your guitar case?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I picked up guitar. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm just a.
It
I'm
is a
just
little
Yeah.
bit
Also, what's
unusual.
with the
It's like-
guitar case?
I picked up guitar. What of it? I like to
And-
dabble.
I'm just a
You
librarian.
carry it with you.
You never know when you need to like
Look,
There's nothing special about
throw
me. I'm just a
down some
librarian.
musical solos.
okay,
Look, are we talking like an AK or like a semi-automatic? Like,
Well, it's just a guitar.
The 3 of you should make spot hidden checks.
Okay.
You, Hale, and Robbie.
okay.
Wait,
No, just these 3. Oh, and Tony.
31
And
passes,
Tony?
80.
I crit with a 7 under 65.
Well, of course you would know what it is.
Well, I don't
I
know
got
if
a
that's what James is
10.
talking about.
Wait, I
Oh,
noticed.
okay.
Is it 10% or
25.
Under 20.
Spot hidden.
Spot hidden.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You said me, right?
Oh,
Or did I
yeah.
miss it?
so
Okay.
The Doctor, Tony, Hale, and
Okay,
Robbie.
awesome.
10 out of 25.
10 out of 25?
I
seems
failed
high.
with the 98.
Okay.
Oh,
Under.
I got 31
over
under
90.
80.
Tony sure can't
Okay.
spot a gun.
All 3 of you know for sure that the couple times that Kyle put down his guitar case,
Oh,
it clearly does not contain a guitar.
Oh yeah,
you
So,
know
like,
that?
there's,
Yeah, that's why I'm
clanking
asking.
and songs
What
or, like-
kind of
Tony's been
weapon
around-
do you
Tony's
have
been-
in the guitar case?
And with a crit, you can tell based on like the way it sits when he puts it down and the way he lifts it that it's also not a super heavy thing. Like it's not a gun.
Or
Can
if it is a gun,
they?
it's like a handgun.
Can they?
Yeah.
Wait.
I
Which
know
would be
it's-
weird. It's like I'm gonna to throw people off. I'm gonna put this handgun inside the guitar case
well,
and put a lot of styrofoam peanuts in it.
I know it's his rapier. I know it's his rapier.
So
Oh, you know what it is.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
Joseph here
I-
can connect some dots.
against my better judgment, and I don't want to single Peter out, do they see Tony's gun, or do they think that Tony's carrying his weapon on him?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably not.
Okay. Because if we made a roll for Peter, I think it would only be fair.
To be fair, my guitar case was suddenly
it's
mentioned.
like something that draws attention.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think anyone is that committed to practicing the guitar when we're on the run from the mob. It's like, hey,
All right.
if
Okay.
we're going to be killed in the zombie apocalypse, I need to make sure I have my guitar with me.
Yes.
All right. So I know in Seattle swords are not legal. Is that the same thing in Chicago?
It is worse in Chicago. We
Okay.
actually have gun laws in Chicago that are quite severe.
I'm sorry. I don't want to open the case right now.
Okay, let's refocus.
Because
By the way, are there any signs here in your safe house that you might also... Like, are there needles on the ground and, like,
No,
bottles?
but there are weapons.
Oh, okay, okay. All
quite
right.
a connoisseur, aren't you, Hale?
Yeah, they're like handguns and like
Yeah.
What's the scale?
like
Are we
a
talking...
rifle.
Okay,
Like-
there-
Oh,
do-
nice.
Do you have, like,
Everybody's dirty
C4
laundry.
and grenades?
Fuck.
A couple grenades. Like,
Okay.
I now consider Hale to be a very dangerous individual.
Okay, so we're talking,
Well-
like, medium-high...
the grenades are like in a box. Like,
Okay.
Considering
on
It's
a-
labeled pineapples.
yeah, it's tiny pineapple.
But we're talking about a little higher than, like, just guns and AKs. Like,
Yeah,
there's, like,
yeah, yeah.
some war-type
Yeah,
stuff.
slightly, yeah.
Okay.